Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few things I've been working on while I wait for some people to get into the room. Then we can talk about the real subject matter I want to talk about at hand. But a few things I've been working on. Well, number one, trying to work on pulling myself away from social media. I mean, it's just so, like Twitter and Facebook, so useful for digging for information, but at the same time, it's just addictive and harmful, really, at the same time. So try to do that and focus on working on my website. So redesigning my website, looking at putting that out way prettier, way easier to navigate within the next week. And then with that, I'll put out an app too, Destroying the Illusion app. So that way, that's something that A, can't be censored, and B, anytime I put something out, do one of my own drops, you can get notified on that, because I hear some people say that YouTube doesn't notify you. Wouldn't doubt it. And also I have a bunch of neat things up on that website. I'm looking at like a store function with a bunch of different material and products on there, just really whatever I can get my hands on. I'm looking at having some Ormus on it, some art posters, Orgonite maybe, looking at getting my hands on Orgonite, even other crystals to sell on there, and then like infographics, start designing infographics and brochures. You can grab a bunch of them, handful of them, things you can hand out real easy. So be cool to do that. And then I'm also putting together a presentation. So very soon, actually, I won't give you the specific details on it, but very soon, within a few weeks, I'll be doing not only it's going to be an in-person event, but it's going to be live streamed to the internet. So that's going to be very big, very fun, and more details on that very soon. Put the Q maps that are behind me on your store. I'll talk to Dylan and Champ about it, but these are theirs. I'm going to do a video on these and then link their stuff below it. I'm not going to, sell their things on my site without any kind of, permission or agreement with them. What else, guys? Cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into talking about the whole Comedy Central thing, because that's what I want to get to here. So, first and foremost, when watching it, it turned out exactly like I thought it was going to. Pretty much anybody thought it was going to. I don't know why some people thought that, maybe they're not going to create some kind of... it's exactly how it turned out. And not only that, but they added the cheesy laugh track, and the facial expression zooms were classic. But that being said, you got to understand their target audience they're going for, and they're just wanting to get laughs out of it and sell advertisements. It's a media piece. But let's look at the positives of it, right? Just the word adrenochrome. I was surprised when I watched it, and they left that word in there. I was like, holy shit, the actual just uttering of the word reached hundreds of thousands, if not millions of new eyes, right? And no matter the context, right? Don't think about the context in which it was discussed in, of course, cute cheesy laugh track, but just that fact, that word broadcasts so many people. It's now a seed. It's now a seed in their subconscious, and that's kind of a testament to the idea that truth is always going to show itself, right? The light's always going to show itself. You put a light in a dark room, darkness can't help but be driven out. So no matter whether they roast it or not, put the truth out there, that seed is going to fruit. So that was neat, and I thought it was cool. I was very surprised, actually, the fact that they did somewhat of a YouTube feature. They just scrolled through a screenshot of my channel and mentioned it, so that was cool. But on the other hand, I will be honest, it was a difficult time being there and doing that, because I mean, it was a hostile environment. And with the depth of these concepts and how much information there is, it's not like I have a computer at my fingertips to source it. I mean, we were all freestyling there on that panel off the top of the dome, you know, but at the same time, I was just frankly kind of on, how do I want to put this? You know, I'm not going to establish any kind of hierarchy there, but I was just on a different level than them being there. And that's not a testament, you know, they were all, like I said, just great people looking for a good time. But I think that was one of the biggest differences, is that I don't go necessarily looking for a good time. I go looking for the right time. And yeah, it's just on a different level in some way, and the work I do is different. So it was just, I was definitely uncomfortable being there. That's why I kind of looked uncomfortable, and some of the things that were being said, I'm like, oh man, you know, we don't have like 18 hours to sit here and discuss all this, do we? And we had to rush through so many things. But it was great. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was a good experience. And people can say what they want about it and hate how they want about it, but I'm just the kind of person that I always look for the positives in any given situation, no matter how weird the situation is. And that's a positive, is that those concepts, like that word, people's names, like it was funny, I actually mentioned like John McCain there, and then peace airs, a couple weeks later John McCain dies, however way he did. So yeah, and a lot of people are thinking, what, I took money to do it. I didn't take any money to do it, or sold my soul doing it. I've seen that. Did I sell my soul doing it? I didn't take any money. And I went in there and talked about everything I could talk about. I talked about, you know, the cure for cancer thing was interesting that they left in there. You know, I said I've seen it done. Like all these moments are coming back to me when they happened. I'm like, oh man. Some of the facial expressions like I remember making during the filming, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to put that on there. And they did. But after that aired, a bunch of like trolls, I see a bunch of people. Oh, thanks for the super chat there. I forgot that was still a thing. I haven't live streamed on this channel in so long. A lot of internet trolls began taking that, using that as a talking point, and tried to like attack me for the Gerson therapy. And a bunch of these trolls, weirdos, lamos, I don't even know what it is, lost minds, they don't even understand the Gerson therapy or the depths of that, but they use that as an opportunity to attack me. So doing this piece really kind of outed people in a way. Outed them more, made them out themselves more. There's another pro. Yeah, I guess I can post a link to the segment. Someone asked me, will I acknowledge if Isaac Green is a phony? I won't acknowledge that at all. I'll just say, look at his actions. Look at what he says. He's one of the ones calling it like butt coffee. It's kind of funny because it is coffee enema. But you know, they laugh it off and ridicule without the slightest idea of what the hell they're really talking about. I'll do a video on the Gerson therapy later. Oh yeah, the self-promotion thing. That was another big one. They said that I was doing it for my ego and to promote my brand. And I think I addressed this in one of my videos about it a few weeks ago. But I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to promote my brand. That's what everybody, like, that's the point of doing everything we're doing, right? If you are some sort of public figure, putting yourself out there, putting information out there, whatever the case is, you know, the world is a business. Everything is business, actually. Everything is contract. You know, we live in a world of free will where we consent, make contracts with people, and we promote our ideas and our inventions and our creations. It's why we create. It's to promote and affect change. And that's, why I went and did what I did with Comedy Central, to go out and affect change. Let's see, yeah, someone said, I look forward to more research from you on all the topics. That's why I mentioned the social media thing earlier. It's really kind of getting to me lately, because there's only, with Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, you can only convey so much idea or information in such a short little blurb. So getting back into doing longer videos, whiteboard videos, etc., focusing on more lengthy presentations even, is what needs to happen. Because with the Great Awakening, just look at these maps, right? Look at how many topics are on these maps, and these maps, as comprehensive as they are not the full scope. So getting into sorry, losing my train of thought here. Been a while since I've done one of these. Comments are distracting. It's not even the full scope as well. So there's just so much. There's so much. Everybody has only a piece, right? A piece of the puzzle. Each book, every book, no matter what book it is, whether it's the Vedas or the Bible or the Quran or Buddhist scriptures or scientific scriptures, this person's philosophy, that person's philosophy, these esoteric teachings, it's each just a piece. You're never going to get a full picture off just one piece. Appreciate it. Haven't watched the Comedy Central segment, but others said it took courage. Glad you did it. Thank you. Thank you. Frankly, I didn't watch it for days. I'm like, it's done. I don't need to, I didn't even want to watch it. I already knew how it was going to go. It's easier to laugh than engage the brain. True. Although one of the best ways, mind you, to engage with many of the subjects, because of how deep and dark these subjects are, is to laugh. So that's also another point to be aware of, is that's why memes are great. That's why 8chan is great. So there is so much humor, and it's deep and dark humor, but it's deep and dark subjects. Humor, just having that ability to be light, be gentle with these subjects. Laughter is the best medicine, totally. Like, man, when 9/11 comes around, you already know. I already got these memes ready. I already got them ready, and they're hilarious. Because that's a pretty deep, dark subject there, 9/11. That was a lot of people's trigger for waking up. One of the big ones. Ooh, who's my favorite Twitter truther? In the Q realm, there's a lot of great people who report on Q. Lisa Crowley's always done great. Praying Medic's always done great. In the Matrix, that handle. Joe M, what's his face? He was the one that made the Plan to Save the World video that went viral. He's good on Twitter. And it's not like I agree with all these people on every single point too. That's something to discuss here for a quick minute, is that just goes back to the conversation. It's all a piece of the puzzle. Everybody has different life experiences that has brought them through different books, different teachings, different information. So everybody's going to have their particular lens, their viewpoint. And that by no means means it's the truth. But some people can resonate, and you can understand the fact that people have different perspective, different beliefs. You know, it's when people let their ego get triggered, and they, rather than coming together and trying to say, oh, how'd you get that? Where'd you get that information? Let's have a discussion about this. They say, oh, no. They get that cognitive dissonance and run away. They go, oh, that's this label. That's the devil. Mama said those teachings are the devil. You can't read those, right? My way's the truth. You got to look at it like this. Also working on a podcast. It's a big one too. Someone asked, any good new information come out of the Dimensions of Disclosure event? Yes, I was able to listen to Dr. Sam, how do you say his last name? Osmanovich. He's the man who is doing the archaeological diggings on the Bosnian pyramids. And I don't know where he came from, whether he was based in America or over there, but he came all the way to Colorado to speak, and his information is mind-blowing. He actually had a little artifact with him that was dated to a long time ago. So that was great new information to listen to. Well, cool. Let's, any more questions on the Comedy Central thing you guys got? I'm going to do another live stream later and we can talk about all sorts of things, but how about that? Stay on topic. Link. I'll post a link down below in the description when this video's done, if you want to watch. I mean, you can find it too. You just Google it. Just Google it. It's not tough to find. I don't want to link to them. Good point. My followers don't care about Comedy Central. Only the critics do. And with that point, I think I'm going to head out for this video, guys. Take care. Got some work to do. And have a great Thursday. I'll check in a little later on another live stream. So take care, y'all.